What we're going to do is we're going to install some 194 LEDs into the gauge cluster. I get asked all the time, what size are the LEDs that go into the gauge cluster? How do you take them out? Blah blah blah. And I never could show it because, well, I don't really want to take the speedometer and gauge cluster out of my truck just to show that. But since I've got this new one, what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade them to LEDs. And so they won't be that nasty yellow or greenish or whatever color they are. So what I'm going to do is you take it out, of course, of your truck, and all it is, it's really easy. All it is just 4 screws, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and the whole thing just pulls right out. It plugs in here, but the whole thing pulls right out. And if I remember correctly, these two are lights. I know this one's a light because I actually already installed an LED into it. So I don't remember exactly how many little lights there are in these things, but all you have to do is just twist these guys out and see, so that's a light, and just get to replacing them. What I'm going to be using is this little brand of LEDs. I'm not sure if I ever mentioned it, but I've got these Agwent, or however you pronounce it. These guys contacted me via email, and they asked me if I wanted to try out some of their LEDs. And of course I said, yes, because who's going to turn down free LEDs? I bought a bunch of them, and I stuck them in my interior lights, and these things are super bright. I've messed with some other LEDs from Super Bright LEDs. I've messed with some LEDs from like Walmart, AutoZone. These guys are really bright, and they seem to really have lasted a long time. And that's good because you don't want to have to keep taking your speedometer cluster out and replacing these things. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take the light out. I believe there should be a light in here too. Let me see if I can get this thing twisted out. Apparently not. Okay, go ahead and twist this one out then. So all you have to do is just pop the light out and just plug the new 194 LED bulb into here. Alright, once we have your new 194 in here, and kind of a little side note, the only sucky thing about doing this is that we all know 194 LEDs only work one way. So you literally have to put them in and plug your gauge cluster into your truck to see if they work or not. And then if you have one that's out, then you have to take the gauge cluster back out, and then you have to try again and see if it works. So we're going to do that to all the little lights, and I'll get back with you and tell you how many there are. Okay, so I've got all of them replaced, and on the back of this cluster is actually a little bit different than on the back of my truck. It actually tells you what everything is, what all these little lights go for. And so this is, you got the illumination lights. You got one here, you got one here, you got one here. Sorry, that's the daytime running light marker. And then you've got one here, and one here. So you've got 6 that do the backlight illumination. And you could actually change out your turn signals. And I'm not really quite sure what size this bulb is. I think it might be a 74 or something, the same size as what's in your HVAC cluster. But you could actually change the little turn signal flashers. You can change their color, I believe. I don't know if maybe the color changes, I don't know, but you can change that to an LED as well if you have the light that'll fit it. Not quite sure to where to get a light that size, but I'll have to research that and figure that out, because I would love to be able to turn all of these little lights into LEDs. And there's a lot of these little ones, like the battery light, you got your brake light, you got your check engine light, you've got your seatbelt light, turn signals. You've got all sorts of these little lights. And for whatever reason, my low coolant light is missing. I didn't even know that was a thing. And it's actually pretty interesting and pretty cool. All these little lights you have back there, and you can swap them all out for LEDs. So after you get done doing that, all you got to do is take your cluster, plug it back in, and turn on your lights to make sure everything works as it's supposed to. And if something doesn't work, or if you notice that there's a dark spot over here, all you have to do is pop one of those out, turn that bulb around, plug it back in, and then you should be good to go. More than likely I'm going to have some kind of an issue with these, because like I said, you don't exactly know which way you're supposed to plug them in until you turn them on, unfortunately. But that's how you do that. So hopefully that clears up some things, and I'm going to get this one fully decked out in LEDs before I put it back in, including my turn signals, the check engine light, all that good stuff. And hopefully everything will work out how it's supposed to. So should be awesome. That'll be my weekend project. I hope to get this in the truck this weekend. You know, it's going to rain all weekend, so hopefully I'll be able to put the truck in the garage and mess with some things a little bit here and there. So I'll definitely post up an after video as far as like all the lights working and everything, the turn signal lights, all that stuff, and we'll see. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later.